let's keep this. Hammer Time be stronger after Lurrus ban? I mean, Hammer Time plays Lurrus, so it's... I don't think so. No, Watsy never responded about giving me a preview card if I win the trophy race, but maybe we'll just win the race just in case they saw it and they're watching. Fjork, thank you for your subscription, buddy. Alright, sad to lose my bombardment, but our hands should still be pretty strong in this matchup. I guess I'll go ahead and just dash Ragavan. I do usually like to dash Ragavan in these matchups, and then the Kroxas may be better discarded to Seasoned Pyromancer. This also gives us the ability to Coco next turn. Is Lurrus really ban-worthy? I think it's the best card in the format, and it's also like, it reduces format diversity. Lurrus is also a broken Magic card, you know. If we're talking about really ban-worthy, the card is actually like rules breaking, like really just gives you a really powerful 8th card for a very low opportunity cost. The card is just cracked. So playing against the red black deck, I have to take this Voidwalker. Voidwalker is very good against us. It narrows your deck too much, in my opinion. With Lurrus, you can play aggro with Hammer Time, mid-range with decks like my opponent's deck, tempo with Grixis Shadow. You can play hard control with Bring to Light for Valky. It doesn't narrow your deck at all. You can play any archetype you want with it. You can play combo with Twiddlestorm. You can play Burn. In different formats, maybe it limits your deck very much, but there's very little cost to playing Lurrus in Modern right now. Yeah, we were playing Lurrus Miracles for a while, yeah. Lurrus is like just straight up broken, you know? I played against a Burn player last night who would have won the match if he was running Lurrus. He said the second Deflected Palm was better than Lurrus. Yeah, I don't understand the Burn players' reluctance to play it, but I'm done trying to understand. Well, that's a good draw. Okay, I can't make sense out of senselessness. Yeah, I agree. Well-designed companions give you incentives to restrict your deck, but Lurrus does not give you enough restrictions, in my opinion. At least in the modern format, like the cost is just not that high. Yeah, it narrows your deck down to only good cards. That's a great point. Too true. This Channeler is a bit concerning. So is their Kroxa. What about Yorion's restriction? Yorion's restriction is a real deck building restriction, you know. I've played enough Yorion decks in Modern to not feel like that card is free to include. Yeah, Burn players rallying around not playing Lurrus is I agree, is just super silly. At this point, it's just like we're just beating a dead horse. It's not even funny anymore. Burrito, thank you for your subscription, buddy. So I have to play the Mire so I don't exile the Bloodghast when I escape Kroxa here. I think I'd rather escape Kroxa than Coco. Yeah, you underestimate the power of exquisite firecraft. Oh, man. Yeah, Dressed on Shadow's been pretty good at the metagame. I've been playing it a bunch on stream. It's honestly it's like the most mentally taxing deck I've been playing, so I don't want to. I haven't been playing it like that much, or as much as like maybe I should be to win the race. But we'll probably play some more later today. But like the last leagues we've played with Grixis Shadow have been like 1/1 drop into 5-0 into lose playing for 5-0 into 5-0. Into lose at 3-0, into lose at 4-0, which has been really, really, really good running. So I need to return to the deck, but it's really hard to – only stream that deck. That deck is really, really mentally taxing. And I also want to play some more red-black, too. So we're not 5. We need to find a... We don't have an Endurance in our deck right now, so we can't Coco into that. Oh, they have Thoughtseize as their last card? Okay, so now we need to draw Grist, Goblin Bombardment. That's really it, right? Coco, I guess. Come on, Goblin Bombardment. Let's go. I think they're dead. We attack them down to 9. Attack them down to 9. Ping the Ragavan. Then they take 5 down to 4, and then we sack 4 more. And we also have 1 more trigger off here. Sadly, we can't give the Bloodghast haste, right? And attack with that. GG. We're also not dead on the backswing. I guess we're dead to the Kroxa escape, plus Darcy attack. One point over lethal. You can actually. Well, I could get the Bloodghast back if I sacrificed my. I could get my Bloodghast back and attack with it if I So I go Bloodghast, ping them, Elemental token, ping them, but then I also have to kill the Ragavan, so I lose out on 2 damage by sacking the Elemental. So is it the same? Either way. This has been my sideboard plan. No, Bloodghast is only opponents. You find reason to make the blue-red deck a teamer deck? Not really. I know that some people have done that. I'm not a big fan. Okay. I don't like this hand on the draw against Ragavan. I also don't like mulliganing that much. If they play turn 1 Ragavan, we can pitch Endurance, Unearth Endurance, which is a big spew. I feel like I'm supposed to keep, just so they don't have turn 1 Monkey. They build a 6 on the play. Alright, they're not just slamming the Monkey on turn 1, which probably means they don't have it, right? Maybe they were thinking about which land to play. Yeah, they're the Channeler, which our hand is really good against Channeler. Okay. Need to draw 1 land in like the next 2, probably. I'd kind of prefer to discard Kroxa to Seasoned Pyromancer. I guess we can just try to discard a 3-drop to Seasoned Pyromancer. Alright, this happens sometimes where they just don't take the Unearth, but they have to take Unearth here. They could take, yeah, there's like no other choice besides Unearth, but sometimes they overthink it. But we can Unearth any creature that they take for less mana, of course. I'm trying to think of a scenario where I would pitch Endurance here, but I can't really think of one. Yeah, they do take the Unearth. Put another Inquisition in the yard. They'd probably take a Pyromancer, I would guess. Our hand's pretty. Our draw is like very good against them mulling on the play with like no Darcy instead of Ragavan and a bunch of discard spells. This was definitely like the kind of draw we wanted to line up well against. We do need to draw like 1 land of the top 2 probably, but it may be easier said than done. At least we haven't had any decisions this game, huh? Hate decisions. Yeah, Voidwalker is very good against us. I don't think I'm responding with anything. We can only kill it with Grist. And it being in play is good against our Bloodghast, Kroxas. We did draw the land. Pretty sure I'm just going to cast an Endurance this turn. I mean, they didn't attack, so there's no way they have a removal spell for this, right? And they don't know about the second Endurance, but they know I'm not playing the Seasoned Pyromancer, so they should be able to guess if they're familiar with the list. But we're winning this race currently. My opponent does seem to be light on resources, although they didn't put Lurrus in their hand last turn. Maybe they have Kolaghan's Command. That would make sense the way they played this. They do know about second Endurance? Okay, I must have misremembered that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if chat's saying it, you're probably right. I've never known chat to be wrong. Alright, Lurrus in the hand. So opponent does kind of have a chump block here because they could just rebuy the Channeler off of Lurrus. Let me see what I Coco into. Just a Seasoned Pyromancer. Not particularly good. It also gives my opponent access to cast Seasoned Pyromancer on Voidwalker. Didn't even draw very good cards. They can cast the Coco, but they probably cast Pyromancer instead, right? They might, if they have a land, they might go like cast Pyromancer into Lurrus Voidwalker. But they're at 6. They're like they're pretty under the gun here, huh? Would it be worth it to wait for attacks and Coco, so they delayed any activations this turn? I mean, if we hit Grist, we get to kill the Voidwalker or like activate Grist. I think that's like the upside there is worth it. Discard Heat, Thoughtseize. So their hand is Lurrus, 2 mystery cards. If one of those mystery cards is an untapped black source, they can replay Voidwalker. Does there feel weird constantly queuing the decks you've created? Not anymore. I don't know. I'm kind of used to it. How many 4-1s do I've had this run? More than 5-0s. More than 5-0s. I'd say at least 50. I discard the Hierarch. They don't have the untapped black source, which is of course great for us here. Explosives on 0. Okay. But now they have to attack with Channeler. So they go chump chump, trade, sack, yeah. So I guess I'm only attacking with 1 endurance. It's a pretty good block. Maybe I just sit in with just the Spyro that turn. Could have been better. So the hand is Lurrus mystery card. They can Kroxa, so they don't have to attack with Channeler. And they get to keep a spell in their hand that they can discard to my Kroxa. Instead, they are attacking. I guess I'm just dead to the Kroxa escape if they attack with Pyro, but they don't attack with Pyro. Okay, I don't know what their line is. They could be going Lurrus, get back Channeler. We were dead here. Yeah, Lurrus, get back Channeler is really good for us. Actor. I mean, I've got 4 open mana and a card in hand. I don't know. I guess they probably can't afford to play around anything. I'm dead to them escaping Kroxa though, if I play my land. So I'm trying. So let's hopefully one of our Seasoned Pyromancers dies in combat, so we can escape and not die to that Kroxa. We also have to. I mean, if the last card's not a land, we're in bad shape too. Because they don't take 3 from the Kroxa. But we basically guarantee that we get another card in the graveyard here, which is key. And because Kroxa is a black creature, it can block Lurrus if they fear it. Dead on board versus Darcy and Kroxa. I'm not. They have to block, right? Oh, hold on. This block is so good. Yeah, I guess now we're dead. I didn't see this block. But now I'm dead. Because I fetched, escape Kroxa, I'm dead to their Kroxa. They could have chumped with just Lurrus. Yeah, let's go to game 3. Did we have another line, though? Send it with just Pyro? They just, like... Never mind, they just block with Channeler. Maybe the line was draw a spell. Yeah, they made some good plays there. What did I need to fetch? I didn't have enough cards in my graveyard to escape Kroxa without fetching. Yeah, I don't think my opponent's going to misplay there. I'm just trying to save time. It's like basically impossible to misplay that turn. Okay, I have to keep this on 6. This hand is like really weak to a discard spell if we put back Bombardment. I think that's fine. I don't think that like mulligan on the play we can afford to play that hard around turn 1 discard. I thought the Dead Endurance gave me 6. Oh, it did! Okay, we're still dead to the EE on 2 though. But you're right. So they have to have Voidwalker here. There's like no way to keep this hand otherwise. Never mind. Yeah, we were dead anyways. But you're right, we didn't need to fetch. They take the Unearth again. Play Monkey. Chat, why didn't my opponent cast a discard spell on turn 1? We just like straight up lose this game probably. I don't know. Yeah, they drew 2 Inquisitions for turn. Hunter, thank you for your subscription. I guess they just don't know like that how important it is to Inquisition on 1 in this matchup, but they should. We're not out of it yet, you know, we did mulligan. We don't have that many resources. I guess I should have waited to play my land too until after I played the Kroxa. Why is it important to IOK in 1? Bombardment and Wrenn and Six are both like cards you really need to discard in this matchup because you have, you know, not a ton of answers to them, especially Bombardment. But I just don't know why you wouldn't cast the first Inquisition too if you have the second. They had a very discard heavy hand, it seems. I think it's good to play the land still. You could hold it for a Bloodghast, but they play Kroxa. And if they Kroxa your land, then you can't Coco. Play Lurrus. Yeah, their hand is just all discard spells, I guess. Let's see what we draw. Pretty unfortunate land. Don't really have a good attack here. Now it's good to hold the land, though, because I would want to discard it to Kroxa once I have my 4th land in play. And I can save it for Bloodghast. Explain no attack into Lurrus. If you attack for 3, you deal 3 damage, and then your opponent gets that 3 damage back with the lifelink, right? Yeah, but you take 3. Okay, I can escape Kroxa next turn, which is pretty good. I have lots of good top decks here too. I think they've got more discard in their hand. I don't think I'm supposed to play the Wrenn and Six. I know it's like not doing very much. Probably discard a discard spell. Graven Cairns. Okay. Yeah, they're playing 4 Blood Crypt. They're playing my list. The deck plays a lot of man lands, and you need the 4 Blood Crypts to kind of compensate for the lack of duels. They draw... Does their hand Voidwalker terminate? It's kind of unbeatable if so. If they attack, their last card is definitely Lightning Bolts. Would we block? No. We'll just discard the bolt with the Kroxa next turn. Then they'll bolt me, but then they take 9. Right. Okay, so we'll play Hierarch first for an extra point of damage. And this lets me combine... I get to kill either the Voidwalker or the Lurrus. I guess we'll kill the Lurrus, since they could get their Voidwalker back with Lurrus, and of course the lifelink is pretty relevant in this race. So the last card is Bolt. They can discard the Bolt to gain 3. They can bolt me, or they can bolt the Hierarch. They decide to bolt me. And then they take 9. But then we get to kill their Lurrus, and they're top decking. We have Kroxa. Alright, kind of comes down to this top deck. They need to draw, like, Terminate, or, like, Ragavan into Grist or something. Oh, I guess Unholy Heat kills Kroxa. They just got Delirium. So they should have 4 outs to kill Kroxa. Wait, they're casting Ignoble Hierarch? So this just gives them a blocker because they don't have any other outs here. But I have Wrenn and Six to kill the Hierarch. So we should be good here, huh? Yeah, they are dead on board. Alright, GG. Definitely a grindy match. Long match, too. Long match. Opponent revealed Lurrus. I'm gonna keep this. Opponent with a difficult mulligan decision. Should have activated Voidwalker during combat. No, you can't cast sorcery speed spells at instant speed with Voidwalker. You have to respect timing restrictions. But it also doesn't matter either because you can't block with Voidwalker. Is Klothys good in these matchups? It is, yeah. You could play 1, but I also think these matchups are already pretty good. And you already have a ton of 3-drops that are good anyways, so that isn't not resolving a 3-drop is not usually how you lose. Tech for Drunk Unicorn, good timing. If you'll post the link in chat, I can take a look. Do you ever jam Spiral on 2 with this hand? You do it 100% of the time, because you get to discard 2 Bloodghast, I think. I think you and with this hand you basically always do it. Usually I think you'd play Grist though. Postboard, another 11 pack. Things have been pretty ridiculous today, but I do appreciate you, buddy. Okay, so I will say that Growth Spiral is not good in a deck like this with a very low curve. I would not like to see Growth Spiral in this deck. I'm also not super high on Decay, where your 1 mana removal spells really matter. And oftentimes you're trading down on mana with Decay at the moment. I do like Grist in combination with Murktide. I think it's very cool. I need to read this card again. Yeah, I think this card's playable. I'd probably play 2 though. I'd probably go 3 or 4 Murktide, 2 of Slogurk. I don't like the spirals. I'd like to see you playing like 7 discard spells though. I think that I don't know why people just are so resistant to play a ton of discard spells, but I think you need to in decks like this. The spirals are real bad, I think. The fetid pools is real bad. Don't play the fetid pools. Don't play 2 triumphs, just play 1 triumph. You probably need to play drown in the lock too. You probably play drown over spiral for sure. Yeah, don't play 2 triumphs. I'd like to see some fast lands in this deck. I'd like to see... Interesting. Yeah, I don't think this is a matchup where you're supposed to dash Ragavan too aggressively. I am going to fetch before this deals damage, because if they hit my 1 of Overgrown Tomb, we're pretty unhappy. I don't hate the sideboard. I probably would like to see some more Cascade hate, so like Flusterstorm over Force. Okay, so usually I will wait on Bloodghast to discard to Seasoned Pyromancer, but if my opponent like Inquisitions my Seasoned Pyromancer, we just lose, or it's just so bad for us, so I'll just, you know, I've got 2 Bloodghast to discard, we'll be fine. I think those are my main thoughts. I kind of like the Forest against Blood Moon decks, but it might just be better to play another answer to Blood Moon instead. Oh, I don't like Surgical Extraction. Just kind of period. Don't think it's particularly good at the moment. Spiral allows you to cycle more lands for Slogurk. Yeah, I don't think that you're like that necessary about it. It's just like I don't think Spiral's good with your like general low curve. You can just play Slogurk and then play a fetch land, you know. But it is a cool thought. Alright, no dash Ragavan this time. So they're holding up Drown in the lock. 100% holding up Drown here. So I guess we play Wrenn and Six. I do think we need to trade for Drown this turn. We could play the Bloodghast. That would have been kind of an interesting line, but that makes our Pyromancer a lot worse. And then like the Drown still time walks us next turn. Thoughts on Subtlety? That card's really bad if you're not playing a Cascade deck, and even then it's not that good. Right, they keep a card on top, so their hand is going to be Ragavan, probably Spell. I doubt they keep a land on top, and then a mystery card, which could be a land or spell. Rolling Vortex, Sideboard versus Cascade decks. You know, you need to play Chalice, Void Mirror, Flusterstorm. Vortex, like, will deal them 5, and then they'll just kill you a lot of the time. Alright, so gotta expect another Drown here, I guess. My Bloodghast has haste. I think I'm just gonna cast it. Why not Bloodghast there? I mean, I just went on a long tirade about why not Bloodghast there. I just spent like a full minute talking about it. I don't know if you had the stream on mute or if you just got here, but I did just spend like a full minute talking about why not Bloodghast. Yeah, you're good. Alright, so they need a creature or artifact to get Delirium here. They kept a card on top. Exile Delta. What kind of shampoo do you use? I don't know. Just whatever Esther has lying around usually. Alright, so they definitely are still holding up Drown, or it sure does seem that way, huh? Land would be nice. Get to attack for 4 with the Bloodghasts. Awesome. I think we probably just cast Kroxa. So I'll cast the Kroxa first. Yeah, I think it might have been correct to play Bloodghast instead, or at least like the way the game has progressed, it like definitely seems like we should have. But I think when the turn I didn't, it made sense. He goes fine. Mantax switched jobs, so I can't watch live anymore. Keep up the great content. Glad you like it to stream, dude. Hope you're having a good day. Discard on Holy Heats. So we have to assume that last card is Drown in the lock. Yeah, the Bloodghasts are really good in this matchup. Sometimes you can't quite race, but once they get to, once these get haste, then they're such a headache to deal with. Thanks again, Mantax. CFP partnership's going well. I'm really enjoying working with them. My thoughts on playing Din at the Bugbear? I think it's really hard on the mana to play Din. I mean, Recruiter would be fun, but your deck's already full of 3-drops, right? It's just like hard to add more 3-drops, especially one that's as slow as Recruiter. What's the theory when this deck versus Jund Food are similar? Jund Food sucks. Is the working theory is that the Asmo Saga cookbook shell with Daredevil is just not good. At least that's my opinion. The idea here is that like you just don't have to diminish your card quality by playing cards like Oval Chase Daredevil, Underworld Cookbook. Even Asmo's like not that well positioned, to be honest. You don't have to diminish your card quality to make Goblin Bombardment good, because you get to play like all powerful cards like Spyro, Mayhem Devil. Bloodghast is actually I've been liking in the format, and I've been really impressed with cards like Mayhem Devil. Obviously it's still not Jund mid range. You're still like your card quality is not as high as it is in maybe other mid range decks, but it's still pretty high. So my opponent's last card is Drown, but if I escape Kroxa, they can't drown the Kroxa. But they can put Lurrus in their hand to discard to the Kroxa. So the shell would be weaker with Jund Food, but Jund Food would be better with the shell. I mean, yes, like without with peace and love, without like trashing anybody's deck. I think the Jund Food deck is not good in Modern at the moment. That deck really preys on decks like Humans. That deck preys on decks like Burn, and those decks are not popular. Yeah, I know that I saw the comments yesterday that the Mono Green video, the Eldrazi video is like it's like the quality is like 360p. I don't know why that is. I didn't do anything different from what I usually do. I haven't looked into it either. Your guess is as good as mine, to be honest. Why not Grist second kill fetch? The way that my opponents played the game, it's been very apparent that they have a Drown in the Lock in their hand that they just discarded. And so I have played around it expertly this game, even expertly, some might say. Some might say, wow, Spike, that was a really good play. Please help you formulate words why the Surveil 3 card is bad. Cantrips that don't cantrip are not usually playable. Right? That's probably what I would say. There like might be some like combo or like very heavily graveyard decks that could be interested in it, but I would say those decks would be like more so the exception and not the rule. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Finally getting the respect I deserve. If we kill Lurrus pre-combat, their channelers have Delirium. I think I just like sending with the team, and then they have to block all 3 creatures. I guess they don't if they chump block with Lurrus, but I think that's fine if they do that. Why won't Bird decks play Shock? Yeah. Don't I have lethal? I don't. I mean, they've got a card in their hand. It was Dressed Down. Oof. Yeah, that was maybe a bit loose, huh? Oh, I don't know why I didn't think that they could just get Delirium off the attack. And now I even need to sack my Kroxa to kill Lurrus, right? Well, this was a really good play and a really bad play, huh? But they're dead to land. We've got 3 looks. We're dead to a bolt, though. If they attack Grist, we know we're not dead. Okay. They are attacking me. Surely the bolt would have been cast, right? Okay, so they don't have bolt. There's no way they have bolt if they're tanking this long. So they're trying to rethink if they're going to kill Grist or not. Just draw a fetch and build 2 Grists over. I mean, just a fetch. There's almost no way they can beat Bloodghast, right? Unless they have Dress Down. They do send both at me. When I start playing Magic, Return to Ravnica. Like, right as it started, Return to Ravnica, really. And then Seasoned Pyromancer gives us 2 more looks at the land. Okay. Is there anything I can mill over that matters? Not really. I guess, like, we could hit 3 Grists. Oh, the top card was a land. Ugh. I'm supposed to play Seasoned Pyromancer here. And I guess I'll leave up Mountain. So I could draw, like, land, Goblin Bombardment. I guess land, Goblin Bombardment doesn't matter. Yeah, well. Could draw Unearth. Okay, we drew the land. Yeah, band control, like, the Melissa DeTora deck. That deck was really cool. Alright, getting pretty used to sideboarding in this matchup. Played any decks with Academy Manufacturer? I have. I think that card is, like, very fragile and not that powerful, but very cool. Okay, how's our hand? It's not very good. I guess we are gonna push this mulligan button, huh? This hand's much better. I should put back a land here. Obviously, if my opponent has answers for both Hierarch and Wrenn and Six, and I don't draw lands on the draw, then, you know, you can yell at me, but I don't think it's too reasonable to not put back a land. The green 3/3 fungus, you mean the green 1/1 fungus that will turn into a turn 3, that will turn into a 3/3 on turn 3 or 4. I don't like it that much. It's like, that card requires a lot of work to turn into a 3/3. Getting forced to Kroxa is a bit awkward, but I think it's still good. Like, that card requires work to turn into a 3/3. In Modern, you can just play 1-mana 3/3s, and they're not that good. Lightning Bolt. Well, standard players will have fun. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can donate for deck tech. You always can. Last thing of the day. No, we're gonna continue to go. I'm probably gonna go a little late today, unless I trophy. Then maybe I'll, like, end on time. But I had a big breakfast. What is a 1-mana 3/3 card of Modern without any work? Wild Nacatl and Dragon Rage's Channeler are both good examples of 1-mana 3/3 cards that that require little work. They don't require no work, though. But they require less work than this card, a lot less. And, like, they both, like Wild Nacatl requires that you're, like, in Naya colors, which is, like, really no cost if you're there, right? I believe they said that they're not going to errata the old werewolves, but it would be cool if they did. Wait, Prince lost? Prince lost at 4-0, and now is 3-0 again. Oh, man. The man's a monster. Is he streaming or no? He usually starts a little bit later, right? Like, imagine wanting to play the Fungus when Dragon Rage's Channeler exists. This card's a 1-mana 3/3 flyer, surveil every non-creature spell. It also becomes a 1-mana 3/3 flyer immediately. You don't have to wait till the upkeep to turn into a 3/3. Can you make money from it? Yeah, you could make some cash playing Magic Online. I used to, like, back in the day when I was, you know, going through it. That used to be, like, a big source of income for me. But I didn't have a great job, and I had a lot of bills to pay. I would usually grind MTGO leagues and make like $600-700 a month, even though I wasn't playing too much Magic at the time. But unfortunately, like they changed like the structure a lot, so it's hard to make that much money without playing like an insane amount. But you used to be able to make that much money like pretty consistently, or at least I was. It's a pretty good draw. I'm 27. Yeah, we have played against Prince, I think, once this season. Yeah, it's not hard to like make some like I personally still make like I probably make $300 or $400 a month playing Magic Online, but I don't sell my chests. I would probably make like $500 plus, but it's also like I play more than I did back then, and I make less than I did back then too. You know what I mean? How the price structures change? It like got cut in half really when they, I think, or close to half when they combined friendly and competitive leagues. So it like took longer to get chests and play points. And they're gonna kill Grist. Yeah. There's a lot of South American players who like they used to be able to make more, but who were able to grind. Grind to make some money. Okay, so we can go Kroxa, ping Kroxa, ping Kroxa, ping Kroxa, or sorry, ping Chandler 3 times with the insects, the Kroxa, and then the Wrenn and Six. And then they probably have to. They'll almost definitely sack their Lantern to exile my Kroxa before next turn, and maybe that'll just be fine, huh? So they have 1 card left. They also have this Luris Companion. How did that get in there? They should almost definitely attack me, I think. Yeah. Alright, big draw step. Big draw. I can return the Copperline Gorge to my hand with Wrenn and Six. And I might draw like 2-drop that I want to play instead. Like land 2-drop. I did draw a 2-drop, but not one that I really want to play here. If I kill the Shadow now, they can just get it back with Luris. I guess I could have only killed it if I had -3 with the red. Artificer, thanks for the $5. If you can post your link in chat, I'll take a look. I didn't miss a deck tech earlier, did I? I don't think, no, that I didn't. If I did, yell at me. They can't get Shadow now? I mean, they can get other things. Oh, yeah, sorry. You're right. They're missing a black mana. I probably just need to kill the Luris anyways, right? And I also need to keep drawing gas. Man, Mono Blue Tron is kind of difficult for me to comment on. I have played it a couple times back when I did donation decks, but it was honestly never truly a deck that I felt like I understood. And to this day, still don't feel like I understood. Maybe we can kill them. Probably a little short. I mean, playing Urza's, I think, a bit ambitious. Double blue in general is a bit tough, and like I'm not sure that the payoff is very high for your deck. And also like your deck already has like a high concentration of high mana cards, and I'm not sure that that's something. I feel like you'll kind of feel. Hold on. I think you'll feel your relatively high curve and not be super happy with it. What can we draw here? Does Mayhem Devil kill them? I think it does. Can't Coco. Pretty sure we're dead. Yeah, we could deal them 4, but yeah, Mayhem Devil would have been, I believe, exactly lethal with the Wrenn and Six ping. So let's go ahead and go to game 3. Get to be able to play, which is a big deal. I do like the Hall of the Storm Giants. I would maybe even play a second copy, although you can tutor for it, so maybe not. I do like playing Urza Saga in this deck. I do think that that's a power up. I think you would probably want to cut the Urzas and try to play some more cheap interaction. I'm not sure what the best interaction is for you, though. I probably would like to see the first Dismember. It's a 1-mana removal spell that doesn't get stopped by Chalice is, pretty good. I like the Spreading Seas in the sideboard. Nothing obviously missing from the Karn sideboard. I really like the Elixir, to be honest. Yeah, I like the Karn sideboard. Oh, there are Dismembers. I totally grazed past this. Okay, then I don't think you can play more than 2. They're already there. Yeah, I would just like to. I don't think I changed too much besides cutting the first Urza for some cheap interactions: Spatial Contortion, Warping Whale, another counterspell, another repeal, perhaps. I totally just glazed over the Dismembers. All right, let's keep this. Happy to chip in Mono Blue Tron. Yeah, Mono Blue Tron's interesting. I've played it too. I don't get it. Is Bluetron ever better than Etron? I don't know. Bluetron players basically always win. It's kind of an anomaly. Okay, don't have a fetch land for this Wrenn and Six, unfortunately. I imagine that this is dead, with them shocking in Blood Crypt and taking this long. Dead indeed. Yeah, when I was playing Modern in I remember I was first getting into Magic Online in maybe 2014, and I just remember reading on the Magic subreddit that Mono Blue Tron had the highest win rate of any deck in Modern. I was like, how could this be? And I guess maybe that wasn't even true. Who knows? But I remember reading that and being surprised. Yeah, I remember Red Green Tron was very popular. I didn't know that Sauce was the classic Mono Blue Tron grinder. It's something they don't have Kroxa. Kind of seems like they do. This is also the exact same way the last match against this deck went. We were up 12 minutes in game 3, just the exact same way. Bummer. Damn it. Potentially beatable, but pretty scary. And I don't have my Coco anymore. Yeah, deck techs are $10. It takes 6. Do we just have to play the Grixis deck? Is it just the best deck in Modern? It's we've been crushing with it lately. Maybe that's just what we have to do. Yeah, it's definitely the deck I've been winning the most with. That's absolutely true. Darcy seems more consistent. I don't know. My last with Grixis Shadow, I went 1/1 drop into 5-0, into lose at 4-0, into 5-0, into lose at 3-0, into lose at 4-0. It's been the last 20 matches have been pretty absurd, 25 even. I think we have to Grist, +1, find a red source, return it with Ragavan, cast Ragavan. Have 3 blockers, which we did do. Like Grix is dressed up as Rakdos. I haven't played Rakdos all week. Maybe we should like play like one league of Rakdos just to like, I don't know, see how it's feeling. I mean, I think both are very good. I also like the red black deck is like way less mentally taxing than Grixis. Like Death Shadow and Dress Down are really like mentally taxing cards to play with. And I need to make sure that I don't burn myself out because I'm going to be going really hard these 4 days and just playing like the most mentally taxing deck for like 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day for the next 4 days. It's going to be really hard. Yeah, I do want to try out the black D&D land when I do play the red-black deck next. Been meaning to do that. But I just want to play one over a Den of the Bugbear. It wouldn't be a crazy change. Alright, good look at F&M Emma. We also might win this game. We're not dead here. It's got one card in their hand. Now they have Aluris. We can escape Kroxa. But if we escape Kroxa, we'd lose to their Kroxa trigger. Is there any way we can avoid that? I guess I could mill over a basic mountain, basic swap with Grist. I mean, I think minusing isn't going to really do anything here. Right? Yeah, we can't just minus. There's no way. We can mill over Bloodghast. We milled over Seasoned Pyromancer. You changed that. If you could post it in the chat, I'll take a look. Oh, sorry, I already did. I didn't realize for that. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to say anything. Grist their Kroxa. We just die if we do that, right? We didn't have the Seasoned Pyromancer in the graveyard at the time. Yeah. I don't think we have outs, right? We can just chomp, and we're not dead on board. If I play the land, I lose a life. I go to 3 to get the dudes off the Pyromancer. I just died a Kroxa's trigger. Ultimate Grist. Okay, I've already activated Grist this turn, but I guess that's our game plan. Is chump Ultimate Grist. Go to 1 off the Kroxa trigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the Endurance dying. Yeah, that's exactly lethal if they have nothing. How are they so down on time? I don't know. I just make my decisions really quickly, and this is a complicated matchup. What's in his Luris, 2 mystery cards. We're dead to any removal spell. We're dead to any burn spell. We beat Dress Down, any creature, any land, discard spells. Oh, Grist goes to the self too. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Grist deals, or each opponent loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your yard, which once we chump with Endurance and minus Grist will be exactly 7. Yeah, you're right. We don't beat Ragavan. But it's also like if my opponent had Ragavan, right? Or if they had a removal spell, I have no cards in my hand. It shouldn't be that hard for them to figure out that I'm dead, right? So I don't think that they have it. Yeah, they're bobbling looking for a bolt on my upkeep, I guess. Yeah, but this is the exact same way the matchup went last time. Like, I just make my decisions faster than my opponents on average. This matchup's like really complicated. My opponent was like really down on time. They bobbled themselves. No attack with Kroxa. So now, like, what's even lethal here? I don't think that they've counted. I don't think they've counted Grist for itself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. Let's freaking go. What a match. They're definitely wrong, but that's why they didn't attack. Okay, I think we have to keep this on 6 cards on the play. We're playing against another Luris deck. Surprise, surprise. We did beat the last 2. They're rolling to 5, so I guess they're more likely to be Hammer Time. I feel like I just never have like good game 1 hands against Hammer Time. Whatever. Have you played any of the blue Wafu decks? Not really. I don't know. Every control player, me, Wafu, Nasif, we're all just so opinionated. We're all just, you could never see eye to eye. It's very similar to Pain and Naruto. They just have very different worldviews. Human beings and control players can never understand each other. One reason they might not have attacked is hoping you make a loose attack. Yeah, that's true. What do you think would take over the meta if Lurrus is banned? I don't know. The format would be pretty open. It's like Blue-Red Murktide becomes the like premier and best Ragavan Channeler deck. Most likely. But that deck is also like super beatable. It's like really soft to blue-white control specifically. But Pain changed after talking Naruto for like 5 minutes. Well, I would change my opinions to match any of Nasif's. Oh, come on. Why can't this... I would change my opinions to match Nasif's in a heartbeat, of course, in the same way. Nasif is the Naruto, the main character of the MTG universe. Hammer would be gas post Lurrus. I mean, Hammer is a really good Lurrus deck. Lurrus comes up because I'm always playing these grindy decks, right? Like Lurrus almost always comes up in the matches I play against it. It's like very, very common, at least. Okay, so let's go. Oh man, I need that extra mana so badly though. Shucks. I guess I just need chump blockers. I'll discard Mayhem Devil, and then I think I'll discard Mountain. Okay, can't get any chump blockers from Bloodghast, but I can kill a lot of creatures with Bloodghast Goblin Bombardment. Nothing really matters. I wouldn't say Lurrus is dominating Modern at the moment. Don't say we need to ban. I don't know. We could maybe keep a track of how many Lurrus decks we've played against, but we're 3 for 3 this league, and it's... I don't know. I think that I really think Lurrus should be banned at some point. Maybe not now. Modern's really good right now, but I am sick of the card. Getting real sick of it. I think Companion as a mechanic should just be removed. I don't understand this argument that Companion as a mechanic should just be removed. Lurrus is the only problem, right? At least in Modern. And maybe, actually in any format right now. Lurrus is like the only problem with any Companion mechanic. Look at that. Like, literally every single other Companion is, in my opinion, totally fine in Modern. It's just Lurrus is too pushed. Just like Stinkweed Imp, fine in Modern, Golgari Grave Troll, too good. Or unban stuff like Splinter Twin. I also had a Twin deck banned right after I built it before F&M. I did. That's not a fake story. I don't know. I think Lurrus is too good. Lurrus is the best card in Modern, right? I think so. I think it's better than Ragavan. I think it's better than Channeler. It's better than Bolts. Maybe you could say fetch lands are better than Lurrus. I want to be able to play Lurrus in the 75. Well, Lurrus would not see much play with the 75, but it's also like, the argument of let's ban the Companion mechanic because I want to put Lurrus in my deck. I don't like this argument because it's like you could say the same thing for Golgari Grave Troll. I want to cast Golgari Grave Troll. Why do I have to ban it because I'm not using it as a dredger? No Magic card has worked that way in the past, you know? And I think I would like to keep the other companions in the format. So when you ban the Companion mechanic, all of a sudden you ban the other 9 companions in the format, which are in my opinion interesting cards to have access to. Just so very few decks can play Lurrus in the main deck. I think you're restricting things more than opening up things. Alright, shout out to Culling Ritual. You can ban Lurrus as a companion. Can you? If I mean, you could do that, I guess. Like whatever. It's the same thing as banning Lurrus, though. It's exactly the same thing. Isn't Golgari? I don't think Golgari Grave Troll would be okay right now, but it's also Golgari Grave Troll will never be unbanned in Modern. Okay, chat. Should never be unbanned in Modern. It's already been unbanned once, and it had to go back on the ban list. If they had to put it back on the ban list, it would be like the most embarrassing thing in Magic's history. So I put a Dead the Bombardment. Can Breerdane be unbanned? I don't really know, and I don't really think so. I think Breerdane would be a little too good. It would also like reduce variance, which I think is a bit of a problem right now anyways. Alright, any culling ritualers in chat? Right, I don't know. I'm also, of course, sick of the ban talk all day, every day. But I brought it upon myself. Oh, they conceded? Yeah, I think you'd like this deck, Zach. Yeah, Modern 25% playing, 25% getting budget new decks, and 50% ban discussions. That might not be the Modern format, but maybe it is twitch.tv/aspiring spike, huh? People say Faithful House is bad because of 2 mana for 1, but Path was popular forever, and Pathing and all math the same. Secondly, Heat is better, but what about for non-red decks? Well, here's the thing. It's like control decks don't have a hard time playing Heat. Heat is so much better than this card, right? Heat is so much better than this. I don't even know the name of the card, but whatever, right? Like Heat is so absurdly better. It does the same thing for 1 mana with no drawback. Giving your opponent a clue token is a big drawback, especially in a control deck where they'll basically always have time to crack the clue, and you're always 2-for-1ing yourself with it. But also, I think what players don't understand when they compare this card to Path to Exile is that Path to Exile, interesting, is that Path to Exile is 1 mana and this card is 2 mana. And the difference between 1 and 2 mana spells in Modern is huge. It's a really, really big difference between 1 and 2 mana spells. I think I Force of Vigor the Lantern and the Sigardizade here. I don't want them to be able to draw a card. It's just like, two mana removal spells in Modern generally are not very good. The kind of exception to that rule is Terminate, which is 2 mana kill anything with no downside, and that card specifically is there because it can answer Murktide Regent, right? It's like 3 mana counter spells aren't good in Modern, in the same way that 2 mana removal spells just aren't that good. Period, right? Okay, well, we have drawn 2 lands, right? Need to draw some spells. The card, I believe, is just for standard. Yeah. The card is definitely going to be good in standard, I think, or likely to be good in standard. I don't know what's going on in standard. Probably. Any standard players in chat? No cap. I don't know. The card is not designed for Modern, and obviously, whenever people are asking me to evaluate cards, I assume it's through the context of Modern, but maybe I shouldn't so much. Let's freaking go! Oh my gosh, Bombardment is cracked here. I think. Okay, so we can kill a Giver of Runes here. Alright, so we just need to dodge Sanctifier for this turn. We should be in good shape. Even get to attack. What's your answer? Omnath or Murktide? You have Supreme Verdict in... Oh no, Needle. It's not as bad as Sanctifier, I guess. I have 2 more Forces as an answer. It's like you have Supreme Verdict is Blue-White's answer to Omnath and Murktide. And it's like a good answer, too. Okay, Grist is an interesting card here. I guess I attack first, and then I minus Grist to kill Giver. Minus, you know, second to Bloodghast, of course. Doesn't sack put them to 10 for Geist? It did, yeah. It did. That was probably a bit better. I missed that. Do you Punishing Fire would see modern play? It would see a little bit of play. I honestly think that the card is still on the ban list for like gameplay considerations, where it sucks to play against Punishing Fire, and it also kind of sucks to play with it because it's like really annoying to. Oh no, Prince got a trophy. Damn it. We were ahead for so long. We're currently 2-0 though. We can pull back. Yeah, but the card just kind of sucks to play with and against and is not that fun. So, alright, the stakes have heated up a bit. Yeah, headband activated. Let's freaking go, dude. I love this, man. The competition has been so freaking fun. You guys want to keep this? Forgot to hear what you guys had to say before I mulliganed. I guess we keep this on 6. It's pretty weak though. Opponent didn't reveal a companion. Breeding Pool, no companions, so probably Rhinos. Suspends Crashing Footfalls, so probably Rhinos. I found this matchup to be unfavorable but winnable. This hand's probably a little too slow to draw. Cathartic Piracy's played modern. It's like an interesting deck building tool that's not that good. Favorite character in Boruto? I don't think I know enough about the Boruto universe to comment. Yeah, Guy's fight against Matter was good, but I honestly feel like Lee should have been the person to have that fight. I think I like the mono green Eldrazi list. I honestly don't really feel like it has many room for improvement. I think it's just I think it's good as is. We do have the 5 sideboard cards. I think my opponent has iced or has ice here. I don't know why they took so long to not cast it though. If they ice me next turn, it's going to be immensely frustrating. You think Ruckley could have stepped to Kasami? Well, obviously I'm suggesting that they change the story to make it to like, yes, I'm suggesting that they change the narrative. Okay. No ice. Interesting draws. Any merits waiting to correct the fetch until main phase, trying to dodge ice. Well, I wanted them to ice me on turn 2 because I didn't have anything to do on turn 2, I think. Heretical Healer. I think that card's not that strong. I've played it in the past, but it's fine. Just not that strong. Alright, so I think I'm triple blocking a Rhino here. Get blown up by a Stomp, but whatever. Change the narrative. Is that try to get me to sing Hamilton? Because I don't think I can hit that note. Yeah, don't see us winning this one. Draw's a bit too weak here. Okay, so if they leave Wrenn and Six alive, Alright, here's how Spike can still win. They leave Wrenn and Six alive. We draw Goblin Bombardment. We go, and then we go Bombardment plus Daredevil next turn. Yeah, too slow start, and we were on the draw. Yeah, I don't think I could deal 15 even if I draw Bombardment here. I go Bombardment, ping ping, sack, ping ping, land, ping ping, land, ping ping. It might be enough, actually. Then the Mayhem Devil for 6 more damage. Yeah, Bombardment actually might win here. I haven't counted. Okay, I don't think we have anything to Coco into. I can go Mayhem Devil. Sorry, never mind. Is there any point? I don't think there's any point to casting Coco. Yeah, we've got good sideboard cards. We've got good sideboard cards. This matchup is also like I have definitely won this matchup like, you know, fair and square or whatever. So I want to cut the Wrenn and Sixes. I'm also not a big fan of Kroxa. I want to cut at least one, and then maybe just need to cut the Unearths if I want to keep all the Cocos, which I kind of do. Maybe I could get one Coco, one Unearth. Is Faithful Absence bad? Why doesn't Vindicate works? Well, Faithful Absence gives your opponent a card, so you're 2 for 1-ing yourself. Vindicate does not give your opponent a card when you Vindicate them, and Vindicate can hit any permanents, artifacts, enchantments, and lands included. Yeah, you could play Fulminator Mage on the play. Probably not. White Void Mirror over Chalice. We're doing a 3-2 split, so you can draw 2 at the same time and get 2 in play. Void Mirror also comes in against Elementals and Etron. Yeah, it's also true. The difference between a 2 and 3 mana spell is not as big as a 1 and 2 mana spell. But like people, like I don't know if people just didn't read that there's a big downside on the white removal spell. But a control deck 2 for 1-ing themselves, the 2 mana removal spell is not going to be good in Modern. Especially when there's just like a million ways to kill a thing for 1 or 2 mana in Modern. I gotta keep this. Void Mirror over DN. Oh no! Oh no. That was this close to not getting got. So Force of Negation is bad. 2 for 1-ing yourself for 0 mana is a lot different than 2 for 1-ing yourself for 2 mana. It is a lot different. It's like, you can't do that. Like, I don't know if you're not hearing what I'm saying, but it's like, there's a lot of 1 and 2 mana removal spells that kill basically everything in the entire format in Modern that don't let your opponent draw a card. I guess we play a second Void Mirror. What are we even talking about? Pincer, thank you for 5 months. Appreciate you, buddy. Force of Negation is the only card that can counter, you know, a non-creature spell for 0 mana. But you know what? If you disagree with me about this card, please register it in your decks and leave me alone. Well, they didn't ice me on my upkeep. I guess they may have had like petty theft and we're gonna plan to stop this. I don't know. I knew that I was getting asked a million times about Faithful Absence. I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't think it was gonna be this much. But I promise you the card is not Modern playable. Needs a full article. Alright, good draw. Pact of Negation also free with no downside. True, true, true. You've won the argument. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've had to talk way too much about it. I didn't think it was going to be this much. But I knew I was going to have to talk about it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Assassin's Trophy exists in Modern. That card is very similar in the sense that it kills any permanent. and you know you're 2-for-1ing yourself. Do I hold the bombardment in case I end up calling ritual next turn? I think so. I think that a way I could lose this game is my opponent goes like Prismari Command into Brazen Borrower into Resolve Rhinos, and I play the bombardment and I lose the bombardment to Culling Ritual. I can play this though. Assassin's Trophy downside is much worse. Yeah, but it also can kill anything, right? Assassin's Trophy can kill any card. It's not like... Yeah, it's not like... This card only kills creatures and planeswalkers. But Assassin's Trophy sucks. Deck and Stone sucks. I just don't understand. Blue-white players are... I don't know. Blue-white players are not allowed to make fun of any other archetype until they stop asking me about whatever this card is called. Mad Cow, thank you for your subscription. Appreciate you, buddy. Any Culling Ritualers in the chat, though? I'm going to be really heartbroken if this doesn't resolve. Oh my gosh, I almost conceded. Hell yeah. Culling Ritual has maybe been like the best chat suggestion we've ever had. They even bounced my Void Mirrors. Not that I was casting them without the ritual, but... Jeez. All this mana, too. For the Kamigawa, those were really good too. Yeah, we've had some good chat suggestions. Silent Song got a trophy. Yeah, we did also draw 3 sideboard cards this game, and it had the third one was like the nail in the coffin. But it's kind of scary when you draw 2 and it's not necessarily good enough. This is fine. We have Seasoned Pyromancers. Now multiple Pyromancers to get back. Kill these borrowers. We'll fetch up our Swamp and Forest game 3. Easy. My opponent doesn't have Fury in their hand. They have never heard of Fury. We're actually fine here. We should be fine. I have a hard time. Even with this, I don't think we're going to lose. We draw a land, we get the Chalice on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sure thing, Gridrow. Really good advice. So they have Fury. We kill the Fury. They kill 4 of my tokens, but we're just still, you know, chugging along. Iron Krieger, Otherworldly Gaze, about to break Modern? Probably, yeah. Probably. Oh, Ragavan's also good out to Blood Moon. My opponent's also dead if they do nothing, right? Oh no, sorry. Miscounted. Grist only did 3 damage there. I think you Chalice on 2. Oh yeah, Chalice on 2 just up Petty Theft, probably good there. P minus Grist you won. Maybe I miscounted, but we won anyways. Shadow thanks for the tier 1. I think I want more Cocos. What's a good way for Hammer Time to deal with Karn against Etron? Kill them before they can resolve Karn. Just kill them. Sigarda's 8 also gets around the Karn ability. So it doesn't have a sideboard card, but it is like a pretty reasonable hand. And it's even good against Blood Moon. I think we have to keep. But it also kept 7. Second monkey's kind of interesting. Emperor proper, but I don't know what's going on today. We've had infinity gifted subs. It's been ridiculous. Thanks, man. Okay, Ragavan connects. Pretty sure I'm playing Mayhem Devil? Mayhem Devil off basic swamp. Somebody slammed Blood Moon, huh? Cascade into my Void Mirror. I mean, if I knew I was going to do that, I'd cast the thing. I think that this is average. Going to be better. I'm trying to think if I want to attack with Ragavan. Probably not. They just have Violent Outburst, right? If they don't, like, that's obviously, like, still very good for us, right? Very good for us. They're just so behind on board. Maybe they'll slam Blood Moon, not play an island. So you can't Force of Negation a Grist. You can Force of Negation a Collected Company. Breezy, thank you for the 3 months, or 7 months, sorry. It's been a good day so far. It's been a good day. They play Cryptic? Sometimes they do. I'm just going to wait on the Coco. They did nothing with their mana. Let's freaking go. Yeah, most lists aren't playing Cryptic. But it's not like, you sometimes see it. Except 3 months. If I missed any subscriptions today, it's been, I don't know, too many gifted subs today, too many subs, but I do want to make sure that you get thanked. I think I gotta play the Grist. It can't get forced here. They can't really have anything. I get a big attack in. They have 4 Brazen Borrow? Yeah, usually. They don't seem to have any in their hand, though. I've seen Blood Moon in Cryptic. It definitely happens. Alright, opponent's at 4. 3 effectively with the treasure token. Cast Blood Moon. Alright, let's see what they hit off the Shardless Agent. It's Crashing Footfalls. Sorted, 12, 23 months. We're not jinxing this game. We could lose this game. Let's not jinx it by demanding a prediction. I'm going to play around Force. I think they have another one. They're dead next turn to the Grist minus plus the treasure stack. Legend ruling Ragavan does not trigger Mayhem Devil. A lot of people are under the impression it does. We plus Grist this turn. We couldn't minus this turn. Okay, so we lost yesterday on stream twice playing for 5-0. This has been a really grindy league. We really need the W. Prince has passed us again. Prince got 2 in the last 24 hours. We need to at least get 1. So let's get the prediction going. So no companion revealed by our opponent. This is not conclusion. My opponent's not going to concede to me. I'm going to mold a 5 though. Jeez. are playing Murktide, I imagine, with a pretty land-light hand. Mulling to 5 is, you know, this is a hard matchup to mull to 5 in. Hard matchup to lose the die roll in, maybe. Missed their land drop, but they find a Hierarch. But if we can resolve, if we can resolve Goblin Bombardment, we're maybe doing okay. Especially into Grist. Maybe they won't find another land, Copium. On to game 2. Getting hit by Ragavan does not equal losing the game. I know that's kind of the general attitude by modern players at the moment. Okay, but when they hit 2 Hierarchs, then it's like, okay, ban the monkey, right? They use treasure instead of the Hierarch, which is almost definitely incorrect, right? Yeah, I'll just concede the match. What are the chances this Grist resolves? Low. Say low. If it does resolve, we're actually like in fine shape. Copium. But next turn we can unearth Grist after this gets countered. We also rolled to 5 this game. This feels so bad. These are really good hits for my opponent. If you go like land, Coco, Devil, Spyro. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure if that's true. The Bombardment's pretty good against them, although not now that their Channeler has Delirium. Devil, Spyro. That'd be pretty good. That also assumes that our Coco resolves, right? Opponent says that was a misclick. Ah. They're probably going to win very easily, though. You got a Murktide Regent. Yeah, even if we hit, I guess we're just dead. Even if we hit Bloodghast here. I got my Sideboard plan. I'm just gonna submit. Not. Oh no 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 no. Okay, this is my Sideboard plan. Just gotta believe. I think we lost game 1 of like the first 3 matches this league, right? Maybe that's not true. I never had Terminate in the sideboard of this deck. This is a different deck than what you're thinking of, probably. Grist can kill Murktide. That's our answer to Murktide. Yeah, my opponent's not ghosting. Sometimes like they said they left the stream at the beginning of this match. Sometimes it just still registers that you're in here. Endurance mostly to ambush DRC. You keep being opponent off Murktide. You can keep your opponent off Murktide sometimes with Endurance, but it's mostly to ambush DRC and, you know, not be bolted. It's pretty good. What single deck has got me the most trophies? I don't know. Probably Grixis. That's Dress Down. Do deck tech submission on mobile. It's probably not the best time for deck tech. It's pretty tense, high stakes match here. Kodo's good against Hammer Time and Murktide. Play that next league. I haven't really been too happy with most Kodo decks I've tried. But I do think that the card Ice Fang is not bad in the format. Just trying to figure out the best home has been hard. But, I mean, I've also been crushing with Grixis lately. I'm also going to win this match. So let's, you know, just do that, huh? No, can't unban Astrolabe. I got Blood Mooned by Niv Mizzet when I was playing a 2-color deck. You cannot unban Astrolabe because of that one moment in history. I'm gonna have to keep this. I think I get Stomping Ground. It's kind of painful. Double green can be kind of hard though. Mike, thank you for 2 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, we had the Turtle Monkey this game. Well, I guess we had it last game too, but they killed it. Alright, probably not connecting. So if my opponent plays Dash Ragavan next turn, I can evoke Endurance and then ping the Ragavan. I feel like that's too much of a spew though. Yeah, I don't think that's worth it. Like I think we just like take the hit, you know. But just like a cool like line to be mindful of, I think. And I think that's the kind of line to figure out if you want to do it before it happens, right? Because if my opponent dashes Ragavan and then I think for 30 seconds and then decide not to evoke Endurance, then a smart player will be able to figure out that I have the Endurance, right? And I'm thinking about it. So the fact that we've already made the decision, I'm not gonna go after a dashed Ragavan here. That is going to be like really helpful towards not losing to Ragavan. So we do have a hard decision here, where main phase Endurance is pretty good against Murktide here. That being said, we have Grist. If we just cast Grist, we're good against Murktide. But if they go like Bolt or heat the Grist, we're really cold to that. And this just seems like a very, very safe line. The beatdown's going. Not going to play Grist into 3 open mana. I am just going to make sure I can resolve this other Endurance. No, we're going to play another league after this, Jules. Win or lose. Flooded Strand revealed. Fetch line off the top is lethal. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. I mean, if they have counterspell, obviously they'll counter the devil though. We're super ahead. We don't need to stress too much right now. The problem is winning game 3 on the draw. To be honest, we do a deck tech without shadow points. $10 for 2 gift subs, but it's honestly not a very good time for deck tech because we're playing for 5-0. I'd appreciate it if you'd wait till after the match. No, they're passing. I think we bait with Grist. The Devil's like super lethal next turn. All right. Pretty confident in this game, I'll say. If you select Devil by Chip, it deals 1 or 2. It deals 2, and you can choose different targets because the Devil will trigger and the Bombardment will trigger. Oh yeah. If you select the Devil to the Bombardment, it still deals 2. It's kind of weird, yeah, but it still deals 2. Grist is Grist is super lethal too, for sure. Like this should not be really beatable by them. Obviously, I don't know. They could play Devastation Tide, but barring Devastation Tide, I think we'll be okay. Any Devastation Tiders in the chat? Okay, Bolt Grist. Bolt Grist. They can cast a Murktide Regent, but they're super dead if they do. One guy just replace that mono blue bell. It's awesome. Now, you cannot sacrifice Grist with Bombardment. Grist is a planeswalker when it's in play. It's a creature everywhere else, but Grist is in play, so you can't sack it to Bombardment. Alright, GG. On to game 3. On to game 3. I like the sideboard plan. Don't think I'm changing anything. Let's go. Could have had subtlety, I guess. Oh, guys, do you remember at the beginning of MH2, there was that dumb Delver list that played subtlety and Delver, and it was the beginning of the blue-red Murktide deck, and they played subtlety in that deck for so long, and they played Delver for so long. It's not good. Yeah, maybe we should have brought Chalice in. I haven't really considered it in this matchup. We probably should find to bring it in. I kind of hate this hand, chat. I'm gonna be real, but I think it's a keep. This hand does nothing for too long. Yeah, just like it's really hard to mulligan, and we can play Endurance on turn 1 by evoking and unearthing. Which is like a fine play. It's okay. It's not great, but it does give us resiliency to the turn 1 monkey, right? Jacob with the 2-pack. We could take a look at your deck after the match. No Moldus. I think his hand's fine. Scared small. I think this hand's fine, chat. If you disagree, that's also fine. Yeah, not a ton of help from the top of the library. For sure. You even get to shuffle the other Wooded Foothills back in this way for the very smallest amount of value ever. His hand definitely did need to draw 1 land in the top 3, so here's hoping, huh? If we draw a land and slam Grist, I'm feeling real good. If we don't, I'm not feeling really good. Yeah, there's no Jund Triome. I'm getting Overgrown Tomb here, so I can cast Bloodghast if I miss. And it's correct to fetch because we put a Wooded Foothills on the bottom. Yeah, deck thinning doesn't matter because we just put a Wooded Foothills on the bottom, so we get a land out of our deck, but we shuffle a land that's in the bottom back in, and we take less damage this way. And we're like, a Grist here is great. I'm feeling really good. Yeah, we missed our lands. I'm feeling real bad. Upkeep. Feeling real bad, chat. Real bad. I can't evoke Grist here. I can't evoke Endurance to stop Murktide. I can just draw land and kill Murktide with Grist. Thought Scares themselves. Yeah, I still think we just can't Endurance here. If they fetch, we can maybe think about it some more. Okay, they defense. Yeah, just draw the land. Come on. Oh, they didn't slam Murktide. Okay. Land, please. Yes! Let's freaking go! Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. So my opponent definitely has Counterspell, though. So I can't really afford to Endurance here. Maybe I make them Counterspell so I can Grist kill the Murktide. I think they still Counterspell the Endurance here. Maybe I'm just wrong about that. Just throw away the game. Why not upkeep Endurance? I was thinking that maybe they cast they tap low. Or they wouldn't, you know. Yeah, I should have upkeeped it, I think. I think I was wrong. Now I need them to counter this Endurance. Yeah, they counterspell it, then we get to play Grist. Yeah, I think we messed up real bad. Even make it a 9/9. Yeah. Got a free attack here. Okay, let's play the Mayhem Devil. Yeah, this might be like the third or fourth time I've punted for a 5-0 with this deck. But yeah, we definitely should have upkeep the Endurance. Can probably take 9 here. Jump block next turn. Potentially find a way to race with the Endurance in play. Yeah, the game's not over. Just try to collect yourselves a bit. 5 cards, 1 on bottom, 1 on top with Serum Visions. Yeah, Unearth would be a pretty insane draw. Never mind. I guess if they Archmage's Charm the Grist, it would be. We're 1 point short of lethal next turn. Kroxa triggers the Devil once. Yeah, we've got outs, but I mean, it's also like they probably have another counterspell. Yeah, fetch land if they're only on counterspells wins. They have a Jace the Mind Sculptor for lethal. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the game was definitely winnable, huh? A hard game. Sorry, believers. That's our third loss in a row playing for a trophy on stream the last 2 days. Stream's not over though. Don't think it was misplayed. No, they can, so they if we upkeep the Endurance, they have to counter the Endurance, otherwise they can't Murktide. And then we get to and then they play Murktide and we get to play Grist and kill the Murktide. So that was the mistake. So you're good, Pincer. GG.